got really close to it at least.
He must be picking the right line.
Oh, I saw what you did there. It's just the right judicious application of the skinny pedal.
Was that even English?
Yeah, did you like that?
I heard some big words.
Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Chad, and this is The Right Line. And Joseph is with me, my son. We are out on a trip today that's going to be really fun. This is in the Walnut Canyon Trail in Arizona. If you're coming out here to hit the trail and you're bringing your drone out here with you, just be aware that the route starts adjacent to the wilderness area to the north of us. So everything basically to the north of our road, or to the right of our road, is wilderness area. So Joe's up flying around now doing some videography, and we're just being real careful that we stay where we're supposed to be. Both motorized vehicles and drone flights are prohibited in wilderness areas. If you've been following the channel for a while, this might look familiar to you if you saw my series on the Arizona BDR, because we had to do this section of trail as part of the end of our first leg. The Pioneer Pass section was closed because of a wildfire, so we ended up having to come through here. We went up through this way, crossed the Gila River way down there, kind of in the green down that way, went up that wash all the way out to the Kelvin Highway. And that was the end of our trip. It was such an awesome trip. And they're also on this channel. You just have to kind of search for them a little bit. There's 3 of them. Arizona BDR Part 1, 2, and 3. This area out here is extremely remote. And one thing is for sure, you should never be out here by yourself. Always come with people that are skilled, know what they're doing, and have your back in case of emergency. The trail out here was fantastic. We found all kinds of different dimensions to the trail to challenge your abilities, like washouts and loose ruts and big rocks and steep climbs and washes and you name it. It was a blast. Yeah, Joe's up doing a little flight.
I just started shadow go over me, and I thought maybe that might have been it.
Oh, he was playing with what's called FPV mode. Just try. Watch FPV mode and try not to turn your head side to side in the corners. So let me introduce you to a couple apps that I like to use when we're off-roading. These are ones that I rely on quite a bit. The first one here is onX Off-Road, and I like onX Off-Road because it shows me property boundaries and I can kind of keep track of where I'm going. I can actually create routes with onX Off-Road. The next one is AutoPylot. AutoPylot is the software that I use to plan my drone flights. And like you can see here, for example, that shows the wilderness area we were trying to avoid, and then the rest of this area, like we're right down here. The nice thing about it is it keeps track of the flights that I have, and I use it when I do anything commercial. Like when I did that project for work, I had to get FAA approval. This can kind of help me keep track. And then the last one that I really like, I use this pretty much everywhere, is my playlist on Amazon. That's kind of what I use. And it's anyways, it's being a little buggy. Anyways, I like using that. I've got probably 3 days worth of music on there, and that's what I use when I'm on the trail or anywhere else. We're making our way, going up this nice steep hill here, headed on down to the Gila River where we're gonna have lunch.
That looks like it's brown.
Yeah, doesn't it though? Kind of zoom in on that. This is where I wanted to point out sort of the golden rule with gates and off-road. If you come up to a gate and it's closed, close it. And if you come to a gate that was open, leave it open. Just do your part and leave it exactly the way you found it.
Bye.
Right across the trail going up to our left, 3 came out.
Oh, there he is, right there.
Hello. Hello. Bye. Bye-bye, piggies. Oh, wait. You don't like being called pig.
Apparently our off-road trail crosses the Arizona Trail. Here's a marker. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see, but the Arizona Trail is a hiking trail that stretches from north to south in Arizona, and we ran into some hikers that were stopped here along the Gila River, and it was kind of fun. I don't really know a whole lot of information about the Gila River, but if I were to go to Google and look it up, for example, I would probably find that it originates in New Mexico in the Elk Mountains, and its length is approximately 630 miles. And in Arizona, it's been very important to the flora, fauna, agriculture, and people of Arizona for a very, very long time. And for today, it was a great place to stop and have lunch. The temperature dipped just a little bit around the water. There was beautiful shade underneath the cottonwoods. And we sat and chit-chatted with some hikers from the Arizona Trail who had started 2 weeks prior. Well, here we are, headed out. But now we've had lunch and we're on the second half of the trail. On the way out, we're going to head back up towards the Walnut Canyon. And it was a nice little spot. Stopping there along the river. Joe, what do you think?
I think it's nice.
Nice and cold water for sure. We ran into some hikers that were there. One of them was from Ohio. It's the first time he'd ever been in Arizona, and in a couple, and they were all 3 of them separately were doing the Arizona Peace Trail. And that was a trail I'd never gotten to do while I was still into hiking. I guess we saved the fun part, going the uphill crawling part up out of this wash, for the second half, so it should be fun.
And YouTube, this is water. This is water, YouTube.
Oh yeah, liquid death is water, not alcohol. And here's our climb out. Looks awfully steep from down here. Well, we'll see. Let's get on it, see what we find. Very pleasant little climb here. The scenery's great. Get down into 4 low. And we continue this slow going, nice 4 low crawl all the way up to the top of the hill. And this road has plenty of washouts and lots of spots for articulation. It's was a blast. I really enjoyed the heck out of it. And if you have a problem with heights or shelf roads, it might pique your interest. this is the road right here that we went down on this morning. And now we're going back up to that saddle where we stopped this morning. Well, we were intending on doing some camping on the way out, but it is a little hotter than I anticipated, and we really didn't see a nice place on the way in. So
Look at that hole in that rock, Craig.
We'll
just
see,
out my passenger window when you go by.
we'll see what we find on the way out. If it cools down a little bit, maybe we will go camping, but we're not sure, so we'll find out. As luck would have it, we did find a camping spot. It wasn't the first spot that we went looking, but this place definitely suited the need. And as soon as the sun started to go down, the temperatures went down. It made for a very pleasant evening. We had a campfire. We made a nice dinner, got to play around with the drone a little bit, got to try out the anti-collision lights for the first time, and got this really spectacular sunset overlooking Apache Leap. Well, thanks so much for watching, all of you. We're done with our trip, and on the way back home we decided to stop right above the canyon here and do a little bit of drone work. I hope you like that. And if you like what you saw on the channel, give me a like, a subscribe, maybe consider sharing, leave a comment down below, tell me what you think. This was awesome. This is the first trip that we've gone out and actually did some camping since the knee surgery I had. I was just really excited and itching to get out. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.